Philly fan. Philly fan.
Alright, K. Smith, man, what's the
Yeah.
deal? Big
What's
Geek,
up,
though.
man?
We live from West Philly right now.
Yeah.
West Side, 5'4" Master and all that.
Yeah, it's lit.
And
Yeah,
you said this where you're originally from and all that.
yeah, that's where I'm originally from. Right here, 54th Street, West Philly.
Okay.
You know.
So, for the people that don't know, just give them a brief rundown of what it was like for you growing up right on these parts on the West Side and all that.
Growing up in Philly is, the same that it is growing up for everybody else in Philly. It's rough out here. Your household ain't stable. It get real, and then this side of town, I went to school right up the street. Heston, what's up, yo? I went to school right up the street, and public school, the same niggas from the neighborhood. So it's I guess it make you stronger. We grow up a little faster. We jump off the porch a little earlier than most kids do, around the world. And yeah, man, it's real, but I wouldn't trade it. I kind of had the best of both worlds. It been times when I be out here and we ain't had nothing to eat for dinner or nothing like that, and then there's been times where I'm eating filet mignon on, first class flights that cost 25 grand. So like that.
Right. So I want to get to that a little bit too on that loop. So you go from Philly, and then so happened that your uncle, is Will Smith.
Yeah.
And he living out, in Cali, LA at the time. So you happened to move from here and go live with them when you was younger.
Yeah.
So speak a little bit on that culture shock, like you said, how it is here in Philly and all the stuff you had to go through in Philly.
Culture shock. All right, look, I will tell you, it definitely like the transition from LA. It wasn't as far as living like in a high quality lifestyle. I always had both lives. So growing up in Philly or whatnot, I might be like struggling throughout the year in certain ways just in the household, but every summer I leave and go to LA and stay with my uncle, and
Oh, so you was going out there every summer?
Every summer, yeah. Since I've been born, I was going to LA every summer. So that's what I was gonna say. It wasn't 100% a culture shock as far as like having nice shit to wear and eating good and staying in fancy places and stuff like that. The culture shock was when I really moved out there, and then I had to go to school out there because they put me in a school with one of the best schools, Sierra King. I think that's where LeBron kids go right now and things like that. And it's like I just was different, and all of the kids, I was rougher, and we was a lot more aggressive, and so that was more so the culture shock, like going to the schools, it was more white people and things like that. It was kind of a culture shock, but everything else I was pretty much used to as far as LA and traveling. I've been traveling the world my whole life, so I kind of been used to, being able to adapt to different people and different environments.
Right. So on that type note too, as well, I want to expand upon that because you've been around some legendary stuff. Being though you've been there every summer since you was a young boy, and then you ended up living out there and moving out there. Like I mentioned to you before, and you also said it yourself, like you kind of like the Fresh Prince in real life to a degree.
That story
you
is
really lived that life.
real
You
story,
really went from West Philly, out to LA and went
rich
to the
aunt and
tech
uncle.
schools.
Went to those schools with Big Willie turned into my Uncle Phil. It's funny, man, because it's like I was sitting with my cousin Trey. For the people who don't know, that's my uncle's oldest son. I was sitting with my cousin Trey in Miami probably like a month ago, and we was watching Fresh Prince, and I don't think he's like watched it as much as everyone else or me. So we was watching it, and he's like, I'm trying to tell him like, yeah, that's our life story. He's like, oh my God, so like you're like my dad, right? He said, I'm Carlton. That's funny as shit. Like yo, like if you know my cousin, like that's just like super funny. But it was like funny for him to recognize that together with me. It was just funny to me, But what was the question, bro?
No, you good. I'll hit you another joint. So on that note, you actually was part. I follow you on the gram and all that. So I seen on your gram you was actually in one of the episodes when you was younger, like in the background. So you
I think I was probably in a couple of Fresh Prince episodes too. Y'all gotta look for me.
So speak on that experience and how life came full circle. Like you really lived that life, but you actually was a part of that and you've been around it and all of that.
Yeah, that's crazy. And being in, cause it was just my life at the time. Like I don't even remember filming episodes. Like honestly, like I think I see pictures or I go back and see an episode and I be like, oh shit, that's me right there. I'm right there. I'm doing this. But yeah, man, all of that time was fun. You know, just running around set, acting wild. Sometimes when you're a kid, you don't know everything how legendary it is. You don't really, your uncle at work. It's it for me. But as I got older, I get to look back on it. It's like super dope experiences. And yeah, man, it's a blessing.
Right. So, I want to expand upon what you said too. You was like your uncle at work. Like in your eyes, that's your uncle. Like like whether he was an actor or if he worked at SEPTA, that's your uncle. Yeah. So for you, what was he like as an uncle? Like, being though he was who he was, but him, your relationship was like.
I felt like my uncle Big Willie is like, I would consider him more my father than anybody else. I don't know my real dad. So I would consider Big Willie. What's up? I would consider Big Willie, my father.
Yeah, he kind of like raised you.
He raised me, yeah.
I mean, like his with his kids, right? Or grew up together.
Yeah, well, I'm the oldest. I'm the first, so it was me. And then after,
you first. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then after me for a while. And then after me it was my cousin Trey, who I just was telling you about. And I think me and Trey like 3 or 4 years apart in age. So then me and Trey was, it was me and Trey everywhere together. And like I said, he's the male, person that raised me and instilled the morals and principles that I got, showed me about discipline. And he the one that made me go, get my education. Because I got kicked out of so many schools in Philly that it just was like, I just was done going to school. And I started getting homeschooled around the world. And, he just was the person that instilled a lot of the morals and principles I got right now, and continues to do it. So, I would consider him my father, and even though he's not my, even though I'm not his official, I didn't come from his balls. He, I think he would say, I probably was the first child that he raised, also.
And what's crazy about that situation as well is that his wife just happened to be Jada Pinkett.
Yeah, that's my aunt too.
So she has somebody her own self. Like, so
yeah.
What was that like growing up in that household and having her as your aunt, basically?
When I was younger, me and Jada, I used to be around Jada a lot. Like, there'd be times my uncle be going shooting a movie and I would just be staying with Jada. And I used to travel with Jada a lot, like a whole lot as a kid. And like I said, it was always a great experience. But for me, that's my aunt and uncle. So, I just had dope ass aunt and uncles. You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew they was famous, but sometimes, like, it hits me more and more. Something that happened, and I be like, damn, Big Willie, like, you famous as shit. Like, you the truth, or something like that. They want you something? I'll be like, yeah, Big Willie, like different things that hit me. Like, Aladdin about to make $1 billion. Like, watching him as the genie was like super dope for me. Like, so it's I guess now that I'm older, I appreciate and respect their status a lot more. But as a kid growing up, you just got some super dope aunt and uncles, and it's just lit. You know what I'm saying? You know who they are, but it takes you, a little more consciousness when you're older to fully understand it.
Now you mentioned it was you first.
Yeah.
Then Trey came along, then it was y'all two, and then Jaden and Willow come along. So speak on watching them grow up and see how they turn out to have their own, they become their own self.
For me, it was dope, and watching all of them, because at the end of the day, they my cousins. So now that they're older and I'm older, and I get to see them in a different light. Like I said, I'm going through a different stage where I get to appreciate them in a different way now. But my uncle and Jada raised me and Trey differently than he raised Willow and Jaden. You know, me and Trey were kind of, you know, when you don't have kids or whatnot, you learning as you go. So, what's up, Mr. Jerome? We just doing a we doing an interview, Mr. Jerome, real quick. That's cool. So with me and Trey, he basically took his way or no way. This is what you need to do to get this and do this. And with Willow and Jaden, he gave them the freedom to be them and do what they want as they were growing up. So you know, we were raised differently, but as far as Willow and Jaden, like, I like the way they grew up because the fearlessness that they had and the way that they express themselves without fear through their artistry and everything is just so dope. And you know, every day we strive to be more like that, even though they're my younger cousins. And me and Jaden right now even connecting in a whole different way, because musically I fully respect him. I see what he's doing. I think he's super hot, super fire. He's got his own clothing line. It's just dope. It's just real dope. Yeah, Icon Living, you know what I'm saying? So he just really dope. And I've been doing music for a long time, and now this is the first time where like Icon Living, that Icon record was a record that like the urban people, like Meek text me bars that he had for a remix to Icon Living. Some shit. So it's like the urban community was accepting him. You know, with that record, he was able to cross over some into the urban community. And the reason why it's dope now is because I've been in the urban community. This, you know, this been my kind of field, this rap world. So, and I'm heavy. So it's good that now he got a big cousin. Like, he about to go on tour. I'm gonna be with him, making sure he's good and just, you know, being a little overseer of certain things that he got going on. But it's good on my end to be able to be out. Like, I always wanted him to know, like, yo, you got a big cuz that's heavy out here. When you know, moving around through these different arenas and in this doing these rap shows, you got a big cuz that can go with you. That's, you know, it means something. And so yeah, it's dope, man. I'm excited. Willow is super fire. Like, it's just different, man. I admire them, you know. At the same time, in a lot of ways, I look up to them, and it also made me feel good because they really look up to their big cuz and they admire their big cuz. So it's just dope, man. It's just dope all around. My cousin Trey, he does his, you know, he's in the game and he makes music. He touches a lot of areas, and he's a real special, genuine person. So, you know, I'm proud of everyone. I'm proud of all of the young ones coming up in my family all around. I'm proud of myself too, because I've been hustling, I've been working, I've been staying down, and you know, each year I'm elevating and growing. I got a movie, you know, I produced a movie that we just put Meek in called 12. Dirt bike movie. We shot it in Baltimore for a couple months. I'm excited about that. This is the first movie I'm gonna get.
I definitely heard about that. John had some buzz behind it.
Yeah, but it's the first movie that I'm getting producer credit on. You know, so it's like, it feels good. I worked on Aladdin, by the way. You know, I was able to come up on a gig where for a long time I just was focused on my music, focused on, you know, being successful as an artist and my creativity that way. And a lot of people, like my man Talk used to tell me a lot, all the time, like, yo, man, you need to be with your uncle, bro. You need to go with your uncle. Like, it's a lot of things you can do in this movie where you need to be into these movies. And I used to always be like, man, I'm just trying to do this music. I ain't trying. Until I had to understand, hold on, K. Smith, who you are, the brand and the movement that you got, you don't need to limit yourself to one thing. You need to touch, you know, several things because you're able to. And so then I started working on the movies as my uncle's assistant on every movie he do. So like the last 6 movies he did, I was his personal assistant.
Oh,
collecting.
I seen you on that Bad Boys 3 set too.
Yeah, but I was on Bad Boys 3, but I was collecting big checks from these, you know, Sony Pictures and Disney and all of that, and it felt good. And that's when I realized, like, hold on, it's a way for me to, and I'm learning a lot behind the scenes of how to actually run it. So I'm like, all right, I need to be in this movie world collecting money and learning stuff, as well as me doing my music thing and signing artists and pushing that side. So yeah, man.
Alright, so you had mentioned that previously. You had mentioned that you worked on the movie 12. You said Meek was in that joint.
Meek and Chino.
Yeah, and I know y'all had a relationship from way back. I remember when I first started knowing who you was, and then I seen y'all running together, and it kind of made sense being though Will, your uncle, and Meek was messing with Charlie Mack at the time, I believe. So eventually y'all kind of connected and built your own relationship with him. I mean,
Charlie introduced me and Meek. I don't know. I think the first time me and Meek met was in the studio. Charlie introduced us. He took me down there to go mess with Meek. We did a song that night, or we did two of them. I think we might have did Bad Body and Money Galore that night. First time me and Meek met in the studio. And those went on Flamers, 1 or 2 or something like that, but it was lit. And ever since then, Meek been my dog, man. You know what I'm saying? Coming from the city, we stick together. He used to come to LA and kick it with me a lot back in the day, and still do, but I'm just saying back in the day, like when he was first coming up, he'd come to LA, I picked him up. Vegas, we'd link up in a bunch of different places, and we just kept it going, you know. We got, you know, that's like more like my brother than just a friendship, because, you know, we like a family, you know. We'll not talk to each other for a certain amount of time and call each other like, what's up? And it don't be nothing, you know. Meek done went to jail and for a year and left me his cars. You know what I'm saying? Like things like that. So it's family. It's different, man. That's my dog, though. The whole gang. Old Top, the mob.
And also, you know, on that note as well, he was tight with Nipsey, and also you was as well, as though you had that LA, you know, connection there. Yeah. So speak on the impact of that, you know, situation. First, your relationship with him, like how
Rest in
was
peace
you?
to Nip. Nip was my dog. First time I met Nip, I was with another rapper, and we got into a situation, and Nip and my man Robin Hood, they came down, you know, to make sure we were straight. The rapper who I was dealing with, their manager was like managing Nip at the time, and Nip came down to make sure we were straight. And that was the first time I met him. That was over 10 years ago. You know, I was like 17. I'm 29 now, so you know what I'm saying. And ever since then, he just kept it super official with me, super on it. Every show he came down to Philly, he let me open up for him. I remember when Lauren and Nip first started talking, nobody knew about it. Nick called me up, he like, bro, what's going on? Like, it's late. Like, where's the weed at? Don't nobody got no weed. You know, I don't sell no weed or nothing, but you know, I'm like, man, I got you, dog. Where you at? I pulled up on him. He like, meet me in Bossa Nova. I'm in this black truck. I pulled up on him at Bossa Nova. He like, jump in the front. Okay, I jump in the front. I look back. It's just him and Lauren London sitting in the back. You know what I'm saying? And I just thought that was super dope because I think Meek was with Nicki at the time. You know, and it was like I couldn't wait to call Meek up. You know, I texted him when I left. Like I text Nick, like, damn, that's a shit going. He like, yeah, like don't tell nobody, but you know, we lit basically. And I couldn't wait to call Meek and tell him like, you seem like my nigga Nip on some shit, dog. Like he had Lauren in the back, like, you know what I'm saying? Cause Meek had Nicki. Like I just seen all my dogs coming up and taking it to different levels, and you know, it's unfortunate. Like it's unreal. It's unbelievable. Like every day, it don't even feel real that Nip not here because Nip was so special and so different. And Nip is not the person you would expect that phone call to come, you know, about. So rest in peace to Nip. Long live Nip. And you know, much love and support to all of the homies. You know, whenever y'all see me, it's gonna be the same love, BH. You know, just the whole gang, and you know, however I can help. My family can help with Nip family, anything, you know, we on deck. And, you know, just like that.
Right. And another artist I see that you had a nice little relationship with, rapport with, who was also tight with Nip, was YG.
400, that's my nigga. He a gangster, that's my dog.
So
I seen YG come up phase 2. Like in LA, we always running in the same mixes, and And I always kind of been in different mixes than some of them. Always been wanting to get in. Like YG used to be hitting me like, yo man, when you be going to them parties, them house parties, or these different things with them chicks, man, make sure you hit me up, dog. Like I want to come. Or we'd see each other. Like I used to see YG in the club when he was more famous than than the money he had, you know. And I know how it's like because I always been popular, you know. So it's like YG had the biggest records in LA and not be able to maybe, you know, buy all the bottles and go as crazy as he wanted in the club. So whenever I was in the club and I was doing my thing, I always would show love to 400 because I seen what he was ahead of time and I respected the game. He respected my game, and we all just G's. We keep it 100, keep it a stack with each other. And same with Mustard, like we all trying to do the same thing, stay out the way. We ain't gonna let nobody play with us, but we trying to stay out the way, get money, be successful, take care of our family. And you know, it was love then, it's love now. Matter of fact, today, it just came out that they going on tour together. Meek, Future, YG, Mustard, and Meg Thee Stallion. So it was like,
that's heavy.
You know, I'm supposed to be going on tour with Jayden on August 30th. He going on tour with Tyler, the Creator, and Meek and them tour start August 28th. So I don't know how it's gonna work out, but when I'm not at one place, I'm definitely gonna be at the other, for sure.
And also, you know, I follow you on the gram, like I said, and I seen that you posted something on there, kind of threw me off a little bit because I was surprised a little bit on the response on the gram. You put a pic up with Hitmaker, aka Young Bird, and you had commented something like just basically y'all think I was in a studio or something. I'm not sure.
No, we was on one of the biggest yachts that Miami had to offer.
Oh, I was on the yacht. Okay. And,
that's where we was at. You hear me? No cap.
And he had commented in the comments basically showing you love and paying you respects and all that. So I'm like, damn. Like y'all obviously did some work or something together, or you gave him some game or something. It was to that extent. So
Berg been my friend since I was 16. One of my closest friends since I was 16. And that's you know, that's been my dog. And right now, Berg wrote and produced every record that's on the radio right now.
That's why I call himself Hitmaker, right?
Every single song on the radio, Berg did, and it's dope because I done seen my dog come from so many phases in his career. I done seen him go from niggas not fucking with him to niggas fucking with him to niggas loving him to niggas hating him to niggas always wanting to do something to him to niggas wanting to protect him. So you know it's dope. And it's funny that you asked that because I ain't gonna lie, when I was saying one of the rappers, something happened with Bird. That it was with Bird. That Nip was one of the ones that came to come rock with us. Yeah.
Okay.
To tell you the truth, that's how that happened. So it's funny that you even brought that up because I didn't know you was gonna bring that up.
Right. Okay. All right. So now I got asked with all this stuff. Like you told me some stuff off camera about how some of the experiences you had from sleeping in the White House and Nelson Mandela House. And
I slept in the White House. I slept in Abraham Lincoln room in the same bed that Abraham Lincoln slept in when he was living. That was when Bill Clinton was the president. I slept in the White House. I woke up, I ate chocolate chip pancakes with Bill and Hillary, and played soccer on the front lawn of the White House. I've been to Africa and slept in Nelson Mandela crib, and they gave us his room for the day, and they let us sleep in his bed, his private joint. And man, these are things that, like, I done been to the Taj Mahal, I done been India, I done been Africa, I done been Australia, I done been everywhere, so China. I'm thankful, I'm blessed, I'm happy, I'm fortunate, and I just want to continue to receive all the love that I be getting, and I want to give it back. And I'm really trying to push Westside Records, man. My artist, D Mills, I think he the truth. I think he got the new sound and a new wave. I'm gonna continue to drop music and give y'all fire. The 9 album is out now. The new shit that I'm about to drop is unbelievable. Me and D Mills got a project coming. I'm gonna get Meek on something soon. I'm gonna get YG on something soon. We cooking up, dog. I'm hustling, we're grinding. I'm in the city. See, I've been in the city for like a month. honestly, because my work ethic or something is different when I come back to Philly. I do a lot more than when I'm in LA. LA is like a calm, relaxed place. When I'm out here in Philly, I'm in the studio every day. I'm picking my artists up, shooting videos with him every day. I'm with the guys trying to do interviews, or we're going to this show, or we lining this up. So I'm a little more active when I'm in Philly. The love is different too. You know, they treat me like royalty out here. I ain't gonna lie. And but I'm on my way back to LA. It's BET weekend this weekend, and we're about to get to it.
And on that note, I want to ask you, like, because Bow Wow, like, close to your age, if not the same age, I ain't exactly sure how old he is, but he said one time, like a little minute ago, like, he feel like he burnt out because he been in it since he was young, so he done did so much, he done seen so much. So I want to know, do you feel like that, man? So you ain't even 30 yet, you 29, and you done did all that stuff you just said, you done grew up around all the people and experienced all this stuff. So
they playing Icon over there too. We in the hood, Jay.
Right, that's crazy.
I just want you to know, Jay, and they ain't playing that because of me. I don't think so. But Icon is playing right now. We in the middle of the trenches on the west side, and they banging Jay. And it's 2019. What is it? June 18th. It's June 18th. Icon been out over a year. You heard?
Right.
And it ain't a coincidence.
Right.
And he going crazy over there too.
So do you feel like him in this sense, like you feel like you burnt out? Because you say off camera, like, I mean, nothing else excite me at this point. I did so much. I ain't
burnt out at all. I'm every day I get new energy. Only thing that burns me out a little bit is how fake the people are in this industry. This industry is a fake industry. It's all based on what positioning you in, or what you can do for somebody, and what car you in, or how much jewelry you got, or who you be hanging around, or what you look like on Instagram. Sometimes that burns me out. But as far as hustling and grinding and wanting to be at the top, because I'm not at the top. You know, I'm not at the top. And I want to be at the top. I want to be number one. I want to have the number one label in Philadelphia, Westside Records. I want to be the number one artist in the world, the number one rapper, artist, whatever. Like, you know, so I ain't burnt out at all. I got plenty of energy, and I got a lot of hustle left in me. Like that.
And you had mentioned to me before, like, about, you know, the situation, how you grew up and having that type of lifestyle that you had. There's like a gift and a curse, like, coming with that. So I want you to explain that a little bit for the people.
Like, my last name's Smith, so it's a gift and a curse, because it's a lot of places I can get in for free, and it's a lot of people that give me things and do things for me for free. And also because of my last name, it's a lot of people that want to tax me to the maximum capacity and charge me the highest, or, you know, he got it, or, you know, they cool, they can do this, or get me, why you can't get me an extra 3 tickets? Why you can't get an extra 3 tickets to this and do this, and, you know, things like that. So, you know, it's the yin and the yang. That's it.
Alright, so we're in 2019, like you said, you spoke on your Westside Records movement and all of that. On another note, I asked you this off camera. He's like, ask me this on camera. I mean, who you listening to right now, like, in the industry? Basically, you got all these ties, you be around all these people.
Well,
I mean, who you listening to?
I kind of listen to, like, I'll get everybody kind of like my homies. I'm gonna listen to their stuff. Like when Meek drop, well, Meek one of my favorite rappers, period. But when Meek drop, I'm listening to it off the rip. YG, when YG drop, because that's my dog, I'm listening to it off the rip. Nip, I'm listening to it off the rip. I like my artist D Mills. I like Meek. Drake, my favorite, like probably my favorite rapper. You know, I gotta check this on my phone. Like, I downloaded the new T Grizzly. That was hard. My dog Sincere show dropped today, so I downloaded that. I like YoungBoy. But for the most part, bro, I be listening to my own shit. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Every time I get in the car, all I do is turn on my music. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
And on that note, I'm glad you brought that up, because I want you to plug all your music, because you definitely been dropping projects. I mean, for a nice little minute.
So,
go ahead, plug up, let them know where it is.
The 9 album out now. iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify, all streaming platforms. Go get the 9 album. And I just was sitting back. The 9 album is actually my 9th solo project, I think. I got other projects, but the 9 album is my 9th solo. So make sure y'all go check that out. And then I got, you know, a bunch of other projects, Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, everywhere. You know, go check that shit out. See, what I do is I drop a lot of material, y'all. I got a whole bunch of material. I got a whole bunch of videos for the last 15 years I've been doing this. So go look it up. Like, for me, I might not get the most amount of views right now on everything I do, but I make sure that I give y'all enough material so when something crack off, y'all gonna have years and years of material to go look up, and it's quality. I make sure I do good quality music and material, and that's what it's about. You know, it make my day. Somebody put up, you know, from Philly, like, I'm a lot of people's favorite rapper too. Don't get it fucked up. I'm a lot of people's favorite rapper. So shout out to everybody that be showing me love and supporting me. And I'm gonna continue to do what I gotta do. Yo, I'm gonna continue to do what I gotta do. And yeah, man, big things coming. 2019, we're gonna keep it going. 2020, it's even more lit.
Go ahead and plug your social media and all that so we can stay updated with you.
Instagram, KSmith215. Twitter at KSmith215. And yeah, man, you know, K Smith, Big Geek though. New shit on the way. D Mills 1100. Go check him out. So what's your Instagram?
King Coca.
My dog King Coca. Make sure you go, you know, check him out. Philly Fame TV is lit. And yeah, West Side. This how the West was won. Big Geek though, you heard? Yeah, so we over here at the legendary mural, West Philly. They did for my uncle. Let's go check it out. It's a legendary. Me even being here is legendary too. Super dope right here.